Special Advisor on Forestry and Desertification in the Katsina State.
Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, our Protocol of I'm Comrade Solomon Adudu, the National Coordinator of the Empowerment for Unemployed Youth Initiative. Sir, I've seen these trees here and marrying them against the agricultural potentials of your state and the need for fertilizers. I know fertilizers can be gotten from these trees. Do you have, if properly processed, do you have any plans for that?
Excuse, so you see, on this, we have already have our own plan, and you see, most of these trees are indigenous trees. There's no need much of fertilizer on this one.
No, you see, we have neem. A number of it, there are neem trees here, and we have neem processing plant, which the Honorable Minister said will be inspected later in the day. And a part of the product being extracted from neem is a neem-based fertilizer.
Yes, Joseph.
Good afternoon, ladies. And how many jobs were created in the course of planting this tree? Thank you.
Let me ask a related question. I wouldn't know the belts across which these trees or these plantations are being grown, because I believe that wide swaths of KATSINA State are under desert encroachment. That is the first point. The second point is, yes, from our tour of Kebbi and Zamfara and part of KATSINA, we have seen the assault on the environment through the use of fuel wood. And here you are seeking to grow trees for use as fuel. I think that is likely to worsen your environmental condition. Instead, the state government may wish to consider alternative sources, cleaner sources, such as gas. Why is this not on your agenda?
Your Excellency, Honorable Minister, I think traveling through the state in the last 2 days, I have seen evidence of active engagement on the part of the government and the people to actually plant trees. There's been a lot of human intervention, and this project is therefore quite welcome. Like the SA media to the Honorable Minister said, I also feel that perhaps it's a bit counterproductive to link this desertification project with the need to provide wood for fuel. I feel that we should put in place a robust policy for the preservation of trees and also for the protection of green belt in this state. Thank you very much.
Director of Forestry.
I am Sade Abdul Ibrahim, Director of Forestry, Katsina State. Yes, I have had some questions that I will one by one take them. One of you has asked the type of job opportunities that has been created in the establishment of these plantations. Well, first of all, this is a barren and degraded area which we have rehabilitated. And the transportation of the ceiling to the site, fencing of the area, all this include labor in which we employ youth to do this job, including the plantation. And right now, this plantation wouldn't have been like this had it been we have not employed labor to watch it day and night for the last 2 years. Yes, the other question is that one of you has also asked, we are also using the fuel wood plantation for firewood. Well, more or less this is a multi-purpose plantation. We said fuel wood production on a sustainable basis, whereby not all trees will be clear fell. For example, over 95% of the population in Katsina State depend highly on fuel wood for their energy, domestic energy. And the alternative sources is very difficult to come by. Though we are making a lot of efforts, right now we have some improved wood burning stove, which will take care of the things. The other thing is availability of gas, which is also a problem, though some people are being encouraged to do it. The other thing we also introduced some times back, the use of coal, so that people can get it available for their domestic uses. The other thing is, you see, this local government where we are now is just about some 30 kilometers away from the border. And why we embark upon mass plantation of this type in this is to reduce the desert encroachment and the soil erosion. By so doing, then we felt that people should plant trees. So one of the other issues is the public enlightenment towards creating in the mind of people why they should plant trees. Right from the school children, we have Young Foresters Club in the school, in over 35 schools in the state, and then we also have mass publicity through posters, stickers, films, and visit and contact, so that we enlighten people on why they should plant trees and protect it to maturity, so that we protect our land from degradation, and then reduce the northeast trade wind, which is blowing our crops. Annually, a lot of our crops are being devastated as a result of this Hamatan wind, northeast trade winds, which bring along with a lot of sand, which cover our crops. A lot of manure also is being taken away as a result of this sand dunes formation in our area. So that is why we are embarking on public enlightenment campaign. And I believe that you must have seen while we are going in within KATSINA State that a lot of trees within farm forestry, the density is appreciable, considering because of the public enlightenment campaign. The traditional rulers are also helping us in this aspect. Thank you.
Another comment?
Yes, my name is Musa Hassan, Project Coordinator, KATSINA State Afforestation Project Unit. When this, as you can heard from the SA, that numerous numbers of this type of plantation has been carried across the state, who asked the total number of youths employed? And that very year, 17,500 youths were employed to carry out this. Every local government were asked to employ 500 youths. I think this is true. Yes. And then the other one who asked the support that to encourage people to carry out the planting program. Recently, not more than 2 weeks ago, His Excellency Deputy Governor launched ceremoniously and distributed fencing materials to who produce woodlot on their own. And the team was inspected. Fencing materials such as fencing wire, the fence posts were distributed to those farmers in their own land. Thank you very much. For private, not from government.
Well, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, since we came to the Northwest, this is the first forestry program that we are visiting. I've been driving across from KB through Sokoto, Zamfara to this place. And everywhere we went, we were concerned about the environment. And we picked up these issues in KB and Zamfara states. And we are happy that in KATSINA there is a sustainable program for forestation to halt the advance of the Sahara Desert. Each time you are flying from Abuja to Sokoto or KATSINA or Kano, you could see clearly, the impact of desert on the northwest region of Nigeria. And this has been going on for decades without any sustainable effort to tackle it. During the First Republic, you could see windbreaks all over the north that were planted. But since that time, we have not taken up the question of tree planting seriously. But I'm happy in KATSINA that it's going beyond government cyclical activities because until every citizen realizes they need to plant trees on their farms, all over their lands, there is no way government can succeed in the war against the Sahara. So I'm happy that here there is a program involving community leaders, traditional rulers, and peasant farmers everywhere to plant trees. And it's true. I've been making comments since we are driving through KATSINA that there is more of the wood stock, the tree stock in KATSINA than we have seen in KB or Zamfara. When you come here, you could see clearly that yes, there's an effort to plant trees across board. But it's not enough. It's still a token. It's still a token. I must tell you that what we need is more aggressive than this. And that will succeed because your program is headed in the right direction. That is getting people to plant, and indeed maybe having some reward for farmers who plant trees. That will help. If, for example, every landowner is able to tell you the number of trees they have planted, Maybe government can give them some level of subsidy for the maintenance, and you will find that everybody will go back to plant trees. I don't know what you will do, but I think it's important for those communities that plant trees. You can have competition among them. Any community that has planted more trees than the others, government will give some reward, for those communities to maintain the trees. Now, if you create competition among the districts, for example, in every local government, and you begin to assess the performance of traditional rulers, local government chairmen, councillors, on the basis of how many trees they were able to plant in their areas, back up with prizes, that are given annually in big ceremonies where the governor and everybody are present, where environmental agencies across the world can also give support to these communities. There is funding globally for those who are supporting the environment. Now, if KATSINA organizes its program well, you can tap on this program so that those agencies will be giving resources to the communities to support their tree planting effort. But I want to seize this opportunity to announce to the people of KATSINA that the federal government is just about to start the Green Wall program, which has been agreed upon by all African countries to halt the advance of the Sahara. This program has been going on in several countries, and Nigeria has just set aside, I think, 10 billion naira presently has been set aside through the Ministry of Environment, and we have set up committees. They are already working with the various state governments to begin a huge tree planting exercise, which is a wall that will cut across the whole of West Africa, including most parts of northern Nigeria. Now, the KATSINA state government should immediately, now that you already have a structure on ground, you should begin to work to interface with the Federal Ministry of Environment and prepare your people for this exercise. This will add to what you are doing already. That belt does not cover the entire north of Nigeria, but I believe with what you are doing now, getting everybody to plant, it will simply merge with it, and you will see it. In Ethiopia, let me give you a small story. When we went to Ethiopia last year with the president, the Minister of Environment was telling us that in Ethiopia, old rivers have started coming back because of tree planting. So the soil is able to retain water. So after those rivers disappeared for centuries, they are coming back now because Ethiopia has taken up the issue of tree planting all over the country seriously. So the environment is what keeps us alive. Once this environment is defeated, everybody will go. You can't live without the trees. They are the most important companions of every living organism. So it's important that we sustain our environment, otherwise our agricultural resources will get out. And I made the point, if you go to the north central of Nigeria and the middle belt states, you see a lot of firefights between grazers and farmers. A lot of it is seen as ethnic wars, but what is happening there is environmental wars. Because people are living here down south, especially grazers. As this environment no longer can sustain grass, they will have to move. And as they move, more of those wars will become, avoidable wars will become manifest. And I think the best thing to do is to sustain the environment, because everywhere there is a huge resource. I want to thank the government of KATSINA for making this a policy. And I think all governments in the north should emulate what the KATSINA people are doing to restore their environment. Thank you very much.